Hello everyone, it is me Vegeta T23 and welcome back to my new What If. Today we're talking about what if Vegeta was born with Divine Ki. Before I start, I'd like to mention that I created a Discord server for you to join. The link is in the description of this video, so if you'd like to join in and talk to me and the rest of my fans, it's there. I'd also like to mention that I created an Instagram so you can survey my very uninteresting life. I mainly post Osu stuff. Now back to the video. In the last part, we discussed the fight between Cell and Vegeta. Cell mopped the floor with him and then went to search for the androids to absorb. Androids were told to leave and save themselves, and they do. But 18 was absorbed when Piccolo went to fight Cell, and Piccolo got badly beaten up. The whole squad then went into the time chamber and trained up. Cell beat them up again when he absorbed 17 and got them beaten half to death. Vegeta and Trunks went into the chamber once again, then they beefed it up. At Cell games, Vegeta just made Cell a laughingstock and Trunks finished him off for good. With the recap out of the way, let's continue the what if. After training for so long and fighting for their life, Cell is finally defeated. Vegeta can finally relax and focus on himself and his family. Goku goes back home to Chi-Chi, who surprises him with a pregnancy, so Goten is on the way. Nappa settled in Capsule Corp and trained with Vegeta until he met Tights and they talked. Nappa figured that she's self-contained type of person, something that he lacks, so they started having a liking for each other. But the relationship of theirs was in the same place until Bulma told Tights that Nappa likes her and Vegeta telling Nappa the same about Tights. From there, they hit it off. 7 years have passed since the whole thing. Goten is 7 and Trunks is 11, considering the time gaps in Cell Saga. In that meantime, Nappa and Tights have married and have gotten a baby girl of their own, who they named Kale, without even knowing what they're gonna discover in the very near future. The little Kale is 3, as well as Marin, who is a daughter of Krillin and 18. There's one more crucial thing that happened in the meantime. Vegeta managed to discover the Kai Kai technique on his own. During his training, he was meditating as told by Nappa, and he was visualizing Namek and used his ki to try and observe the planet, but in turn managed to warp there. It took him a while to get back home the same way, but he discovered a teleportation technique nonetheless. Gohan and Videl also hit it off, exactly like in canon, meaning the same squad enters the Tenkaichi Budokai, except Nappa enters instead of Krillin. The day of the tournament arrives and everyone's at Capsule Corp, waiting on Vegeta so he can warp them all there. Once Vegeta was ready to go, he did so. At the tournament grounds, Goku saw many familiar faces, except the young fighters and 2 weirdly looking guys. Vegeta recognized their ki and went to speak to them without telling anyone anything, knowing they have the same ki composition. Vegeta went up to them and told them to skip the introduction as they most likely know him. Shin introduced himself anyway and told Vegeta they're not here to make friends, but warned them of a threat they need gone. With Vegeta there, they're sure to win instantly, without everyone even knowing. Vegeta accepted, and so Shin telepathically told them all, as well as gave him a key signature of Majin Buu, the main target. Vegeta reversed that telepathy and figured out all the tricks Babidi, Majin Buu's master, can actually do. Vegeta took the info and simply poofed to Babidi's ship and did a number on Babidi and his cronies. He then sensed Majin Buu, sealed up in a ball. So he sliced it open and realized that Buu is extremely weak by comparison to him. So he went to see what Buu can do. However, he was very cautious around him, telling him that he is his master. Buu seemed to understand, but just then, Vegeta paralyzed Buu in the same fashion Goku paralyzed Broly in the Broly movie, telling him that the world doesn't need evil, sealing Buu in a burial bubble, compressing the ball, and flying up to the sun and dropping him in there, destroying him from existence. Vegeta then teleported to the tournament and told Shin and Kibito that the job is done. That means 2 things. Old Kai is never released, and the tournament actually goes normal. Videl does get beaten up though, so the battles all end up with the finals, Goku versus Vegeta. Goku didn't manage to unlock Super Saiyan Blue and is now on par with Vegeta in terms of power, but only when he uses Kaioken due to Vegeta training the absolute hell out of himself in the Cell Saga, so the winner is clear for the tournament. Shin then asks Vegeta if he'd like to train with him. However, Vegeta declined the offer due to family reasons. Goku didn't accept either, since he is supposed to earn for his family. Shin then thanked Vegeta for taking down Buu, and Vegeta thanked Shin for telling him, not knowing how powerful Buu would have gotten if it got out of hand like in canon. With it, Vegeta brought home cash of his own, but decided to give it to Goku as he needed it more. Goku then realized that Vegeta actually cares about him, having the same respect for him. It's been a little over 10 months since the Tenkaichi Budokai. Goku actually became a full-fledged farmer and a family man since he quit training as much. Vegeta also stopped training as much and started taking care of his family, meaning Bulma gets pregnant with Bulla a lot sooner than usual. Meanwhile, on Beerus' world, Beerus awoke from his little 4-decade nap and seeks to find something from a prophetic dream. After going through the same as in canon, he asked the Oracle Fish about it. After a bit of motivation, Oracle says the name of the legendary being, God of the Divine. Beerus now remembered and mocked the name, but then thought of it as an actual foe that will control all gods in the universe, or even worse, the whole cosmos in the future. Beerus then asks for the name for this almighty creature. Whis says how there is a Saiyan called Vegeta and he was born with extraordinary abilities only suitable to Supreme Kais. Beerus was actually impressed and wanted to meet Vegeta yet again. He remembered the name Vegeta from somewhere before realizing that it's King Vegeta from Planet Vegeta, wondering how the Saiyan race managed to prevail. Whis mentioned how Saiyans are mostly dead and how there's only a couple in this universe remaining, and how it's the prince that inherited divine powers, not a king. Beerus was even more surprised and demanded a meetup with Vegeta, so they head to Earth. On Earth, Bulma's birthday party went down, with everyone there. Goku and his family, as well as Vegeta's obviously, and Nappa's family too, as well as other Z fighters. On the Kaioshin world, Shin senses Beerus moving at high speed, knowing exactly where, so he contacts Vegeta telepathically, saying how Beerus the Destroyer is heading to Earth and to be very careful. Vegeta knew of Beerus and proceeded with caution, knowing Beerus' nitpickiness. Beerus arrived on a ship where Bulma was celebrating, acting as a cameo guest, but only our boy Jeets knew who that is and what kind of power he possesses. Beerus was very welcome to the party and he enjoyed Earth's food so much that Whis had to remind him of his mission. Beerus remembered and then approached Vegeta holding a pudding cup, asking about the God of the Divine. Vegeta was speechless because he had no clue as what he meant. Elaborating, Beerus makes sure that Vegeta was born with an ability to draw divine ki out of him, to which Vegeta confirmed. Beerus then asked about the Divine God again, and Vegeta still has no idea on what Beerus talking about, so Beerus then asked Vegeta to fight him, to surprise of Vegeta's. Vegeta was speechless and very nervous, but when Beerus threatened to his family, Vegeta was 100% up for it, so they began to fight. Beerus let Vegeta get a head start to gauge his power, but got disappointed by the base. Vegeta then used Rose, which threw Beerus off guard. Vegeta's strength and speed increased by so many times that Beerus barely kept up with him. Beerus got scuffed up quite a bit from that flurry of punches. Beerus then powered up, using 70% of his power on Vegeta. Vegeta was then surpassed by a long run by none other than Beerus. Vegeta had one more trick up his sleeves, but tried not to use evolution until he knows all his other tricks will fail. He uses his calm like in a fight during Cell games, and managed to dodge Beerus' high speed kicks and punches with ease. It wasn't enough for offense though, as Vegeta basically wasn't powerful enough to land a decent punch. During all the calm action, Beerus powered up to 80% in an instant and knocked Vegeta out cold, seemingly almost killing him as he didn't want to destroy the universe net on request of Shin. Vegeta laid there flat on the ground as Beerus started preparing a Hakai blast. Everyone knew this was the imminent end of them all. As Beerus fired the Hakai and it crept closer and closer, a bright, powerful, big, and pinkish aura got up from the spot where Vegeta laid down. The Hakai stopped moving and disappeared. Moments later, we see Vegeta holding that same Hakai blast and dispersing it into thin air. Beerus was in awe seeing a mortal achieve such a level of power. Once all the smoke and glowing disappeared, we see Vegeta in his Ultra Instinct. Vegeta looked at his hand and then at Beerus, and Vegeta then rushes Beerus with extraordinary speed, hitting him once and instantly knocking him out before Vegeta himself just exited out of the form due to exhaustion. Whis grabbed both of them as both were knocked out. With that, Whis set Vegeta on the ground and just picked Beerus up to leave, thanking Bulma for the food. And with that, we're leaving things be for now. Thank you for watching. If you believe I can't do a manga, then click dislike. But if you liked the video, hit that like button. If you'd like me to cover your idea in the near future, comment down below. And as always, peace out.